Margaret Tobin Brown was born on July 18, 1867, in Hannibal, Missouri, to Irish immigrant parents John Tobin and Johanna Collins Tobin. She grew up in a working class family, and from a young age, she learned the value of hard work and determination. Hannibal was a bustling river town, and it was known for its diverse population and opportunities, which likely influenced her strong willed character. At the age of 18, Margaret moved to Leadville, Colorado, with her sister, where she hoped to find a better life. There, she met James Joseph J.J. Brown, who was a mining engineer. The couple married on September the 1st of 1886, and they had two children, Lawrence Palmer Brown and Catherine Ellen Brown. Though not initially wealthy, the Browns lived a comfortable life. In the year 1893, J.J. Brown struck it rich with the discovery of a large vein of gold in the Little Johnny mine. Now this discovery brought the Browns immense wealth, catapulting them into high society. Margaret used her newfound wealth to educate herself, becoming fluent in several languages and traveling extensively throughout Europe. Despite her wealth, Margaret remained deeply committed to social causes. She was a strong advocate for workers' rights, women's suffrage, and education. She helped establish the Colorado chapter of the National American Women Suffrage Association and worked tirelessly to improve conditions for miners and their families. She also donated generously to the construction of Denver's Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception and supported the founding of the Denver Dumb Friends League, which was an animal welfare organization. Margaret Brown's most famous moment came in 1912 when she boarded the RMS Titanic in Cherbourg, France, bound for New York City. She was returning from a trip to Europe, where she had been studying and collecting art. On April 14th of 1912, the Titanic struck an iceberg and began to sink. Margaret was quickly ushered into lifeboat number 6, and once aboard, she took charge, urging the crew to return back to the site of the sinking to rescue even more passengers. Though her efforts were met with resistance, her leadership and courage earned her the nickname Unsinkable, and after being rescued by the RMS Carpathia, Margaret organized a survivors committee and raised funds for the less fortunate survivors. After the Titanic disaster, Margaret's fame grew, and she continued her philanthropic work, advocating for causes such as literacy, historic preservation, and the rights of women and children. She ran for the U.S. Senate in 1914, years before women could even vote in national elections, although she did not win. Margaret also became an actress and worked with the American Committee for Devastated France during World War I, helping to rebuild war-torn areas. Her life was marked by a commitment to helping others and a refusal to be confined by the societal expectations of women at the time. Margaret Tobin Brown passed away on October 26, 1932, at the age of 65 in New York City. She left behind a legacy of philanthropy, courage, and independence. Her life story has been dramatized in books, films, and musicals, most notably in the Broadway musical The Unsinkable Molly Brown and the 1964 film adaptation of the same name. Margaret Molly Brown remains an iconic figure in American history, celebrated for her spirit and her tireless work for the betterment of society.